What's up? Here to Technical. I'm back again with another video. So today we're gonna compare the Google Pixel's inner display to the Zfold3's inner display. These both do currently have a 6.7-inch inner display, but they're done in a different kind of way here. So first, as you can see, your Google Pixel Fold's inner display does have some bezels around the edges. Are they ugly? Not really. But are they noticeable? Not really. When you first open up this device, yes, they're noticeable, but once you start using it, it goes away. Just like with the crease on both of these devices. When you open it up, yes, it's ugly, but once you start using it, you no longer really see it. But this is what the inner display looks like on your Google Pixel Fold. The bezels, and then it has the camera here inside of the bezels, with rather than your Zfold3. The Zfold3 is a full screen with hardly no bezels. The only bezels you get are around the edges here, and your camera is under the display. When it comes to the camera placement, which one do I actually like? I actually like the camera placement on the Pixel Fold better than it being under the display, because this camera is basically unusable. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Go into the camera app real quick here. Get my phone unlocked. Go into the camera app so I can show you what I'm talking. This is your camera on your Google Pixel Fold. As you can see, the camera's here. So let me do this here. The camera is here, and it looks a tad bit better than what it does. I can't say a tad bit. It looks a whole lot better than the camera, inner display camera on your Zfold3, because your Zfold3 camera is inside under the display. With this phone, they could have went without the inner display, really, because this camera, the inner display camera on it, doesn't really do what I needed to do. As you can see, I don't know how well you can see that, but the inner camera on the Fold is a lot better and a lot clearly built into the hinge and not under the display, so you can see it a whole lot better than you would on your Zfold3 with it being under the display. This looks very grainy and nasty, so maybe that's something Samsung needs to take from Google. Maybe just add a tad bit bezel, not too much, or just leave it off. Leave it off, and I won't complain. I'll be a happy camper if you leave it off. But now, if I were to walk into a phone store, whether it be T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, whatever, if I were to walk into a phone store and I never ever had a folding device, and if somebody introduced these two devices to me with them laying open with their inner displays, I'm going to gravitate more to the Zfold3 inner display, only because to me this looks a tad bit better than the inner display on here, because the build, I'm just saying the build, because this has less bezels. It's almost like you're getting more screen on your Zfold3's inner display than you are on your Google Pixel Fold inner display. I'm not saying this is a bad display. I'm just saying, if I was somebody in the market for a folding device right now, and I went into a cell phone store, and if these two phones were laying flat out on the table and somebody was presenting these to me, I'm gonna go towards the Z Fold. More inner display though, more than I go towards the Pixel Fold's inner display. This just is what it is. But this is not a bad, like I said, this is not a bad inner display. It's just that they put it up, they just had them sitting flat out here, and my eyes just go towards this display more than it goes towards this display. This is the display that I see first, and once I see this, I'm like, yes, this is the one. Then when I look over here, I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm gonna go towards this one. But I'm not saying this one does better than this one. I'm just saying from looks, it looks better. It looks better because it's all screen and it's less bezel. But the bezel over here is fine. It doesn't really bother me, you know, but it's okay, but it's fine. I'm just saying from a standpoint of somebody that may not have a folding phone, and if somebody set these two on the table, opened up, you know, this is the one I would go more towards. Now we can get into YouTube on both of these devices. So pretty much I turned the Pixel Fold so it can be at the same radiance and lined up the right way as your Zfold3. But as you all know, really and truly, you're supposed to use your this is more used in this angle here than over here. But I actually like the feel of this than holding it like this. This feels okay. This kind of goes into my hands and kind of hurts, and it's tall. It's a lot heavier in my hand and bigger than this over here. I don't know, this just feels more natural to me, but that's just me. This just feels more natural, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna turn it just to be fair. Okay, so this is your YouTube scrolling. This is your YouTube. Let's go to one of my videos real quick. Turn the volume down on both devices. I just want to show you what everything will look like on both of these devices. Okay, let's go to my channel. And if you're not subscribed, I recommend you get subscribed because I have more videos to come on this Google Pixel Fold. So let's go to this video right here. Devices on both of them, they look the same here. You can turn this here. This is what it looks like if you would turn it, and this is what it look like if you would turn this. But you can also zoom in as much as you want. I wouldn't do that, but you can do that. But you have access to doing that. And then you can also, let's see here. Get that view right. Okay, so then you also have it in this angle, and automatically this will just turn over, which is good. And then this is what you have on videos with them being at the exact same, turned the exact same way. You can also zoom in as much as you want also. But here it looks like you're getting a tad bit more screen. Not much, but it just looks like you're getting a tad bit more screen on your Google Pixel than you are on your Zfold3, because this is a tad bit different from this one. Somewhere in the video, I'll put up the screen size and the dimensions because I don't know them by heart. I just wanted to show you what things will look like on them. And then we can turn it back around. You can also turn it this way and get your little folding mode here. But I'm gonna show you something real quick. They both do the little flex mode, tint mode, whatever you want to call it. But your Google Pixel Fold, it just looks a lot more cleaner and a lot more natural on the Google Pixel Fold with it in this angle, because the screen up here is a lot bigger and you get more, hold on, let's see here. You get more scrolling room at the bottom than you would over here on your Zfold3. Zfold3 is, you get more black bars than you would because it's a different angle and it's set up differently. And this, when it's set in this mode, this is a lot taller, this is a lot shorter. So if you wanted to watch videos like this, I would want to watch videos on the Zfold3 in this mode, because this looks, it just looks squashed out and a little creamy. But over here, no problem. Then we can also turn them back out. Now this is where your Zfold3 wins. And when you go to apps, when you go to your apps, this is where the Zfold3 takes it. So let's do Twitter. Okay, so it looks a lot better over here already. That's because these apps are optimized better on your Zfold3 to be used in full screen mode. Hopefully this will get that, but if it doesn't, you can always turn it this way to get that full screen like mode. But even when you turn it this way, you can still see a little black bars. Is that a deal breaker for me? Not really. Not really at all. But this is what it'll look like. Now, it's not a deal breaker for me, but it might be a deal breaker for you. But in general, this beats it, because this already can do that, and I do not have to turn it a certain way. So let's go back into it. But if you want to search, everything is going to look pretty much the same on your search bar and everything like that. So your threads is not optimized on here yet, just yet. Twitter is not, Facebook is not, and Instagram is not, but all of those work good and seamlessly on the Zfold3. Some other things we can go look at. This is how the layout looks. I'm currently running Nova Launcher over here. I'm not running any kind of launcher over here. Let's go into some more little apps. So say you wanted to watch your little movies. So everything will look like on both sides. If you wanted to watch your little movies, so on and so on. Let's see how the text messaging app layout looks on these devices. This is how your keyboards are going to look on both devices. You have plenty room to text on here and plenty of room to text over here. This is what your setting layout looks like. You got your little gallery apps, the gallery app, the Google Play Store. Let's see what that's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like over here. What else can we go into? Now, okay, so now let's do the Bible app. I want to show you something real quick, because I feel like it's better reading the Bible on the Google Pixel Fold than reading it on the Zfold3. So I can go to something. This is what it will look like on the screen, but then I can also fold it, and it's like I'm reading. It's like I'm holding a book. I don't know, it just feels and looks better over here than it does over here. Over here it's everywhere. I can turn it, but I don't know, it just looks and feels better to me over here for Bible usage than over here. But like I said, that's just me. But I did want to get this video out so you'll know what everything looks like on both of the inner displays. On both of the inner displays. This is the layout. This is what you get. Camera app real quick so you can see what the camera app layout will look like on both phones. The camera layout here. So this is what you get on your Zfold3. You can take a quick shot real quick. just to do it. Let's take a quick shot. And then let's do the same for your Pixel Fold, Google Pixel Fold. And this is the layout that you are getting on both devices for photos. If you take photos in this angle, not too bad. You can both zoom in for your photo shots if you want to see what those look like. And yes, I'll do compare the cameras. I'll do that on a later date here and show you the screen size, because I have already done the outer display. I wanted to bring you the inner display looks and look and feel, so you'll know what you're getting yourself into whenever, whatever device you already have or go with, you'll know what you're getting yourself into. And like I said, Instagram is not yet it's not yet ready for this folding phone, but this is what it looked like over here. So for apps being optimized, I'm going to give it to the Zfold3. But for the look, I'm going to give it to the Zfold3. For the feel, I'm going to give it to the Pixel Fold. So pretty much, I hope you found this video helpful. If there's anything else you want to see me do, please leave it in the comment section below. And if I'm able to do it, I'll do it. But I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out.